thought I'd roll the video while I rotate the bike because it might be entertaining because it's such a heavy bike. So I'm going to take off the brake. This is a Park Tool PRS 33 power lift. I love it. Hey, that's the wrong way. So I'm going to go up. Going to go up a little more. Now when I loosen this, the bike might start coming down, and so I'm anticipating what might happen when it comes down. It would come down on this side, and it might smash into the ground, say with the rubber hitting the ground. So I'm going to go up more, so that if it rotates, it'll rotate free. So when I go like this, it's going to loosen it. I'm going to have a hold of the bike. And sometimes this thing sticks, so let's see if it wants to rotate. Okay, that's a nice easy rotation. So that end weighs about 85 pounds. Also this PRS 33, this could pop out. So that being the case, when I do this, I'm gonna make sure that doesn't happen. So here's a nice easy rotation. So now we got it down, so I can lower it. And this wants to get pushed in all the way, and I'll make it like flat. And then I'll make this really tight, and then I'll put on the brake. So that's rotating heavy e-bike in the PRS 33. So I guess I'll just continue the video, and I'll put on the battery boxes on this side. These holes here have 2 grade 8 bolts coming through, and the bolts are longer on this side because of the derailleur. And now I'm thinking to myself, it's a good time to put on the chain, so I'll do that. So I'll raise it up so we can see that action. So here's my chain. It's really long. And I have a master link, and I have my master link pliers are here. And when I took this chain off, it was in high gear, so that's obviously how I'll put it back. So I'll hook that on the chain ring, roll it back on the high gear. Stand and raise the bike a little. So that is definitely on the high gear, is it? 1, 2, yep, that's on the high gear. Get it through the, what may be called the jockey wheel. Give myself some room here. This is always fun. Real confidence builder. Put this through here. So that looks like a winner. I have a special tool that I love. It's right here. Got to get one of these. That's to hold the chain in place. I always forget the name of this tool, but I got it from United Bicycle Supply in Ashland, Oregon. They're a wholesaler. So, hook that around the chain, bring the chain here, Give myself some room to work. Okay, put on the master link. Little dexterity challenge here. This is a SRAM chain. So there's that. It's aligned, and it went in without using the master link tool. Do I trust it? No. I'm gonna have a look at it here. It's good. Test the chain. Remind myself to lube the chain later. Guess I'll lube it now. No time like the present. This is Phil's Tenacious Oil. Has the consistency of snot. So like I said, I have 6 bikes and I ride them 6 days a week, so my bikes usually see service for like a month and then they get put away for 3 or 4 months. The point being that this bike might not see lube until its next time the tire wears out, which might be, I don't know, a year. So that's a snotty mess. So now I'm going to put on the those brakes didn't work very well. And the tenacious oil is going all over the place. No, the brakes are fine. So on this side, let me get a better view here. On this side, it has long bolts. I'm going to get this out of the way. This goes to the battery. And then, so I'm looking for this. This is my dry bag pannier that houses the battery. Inside it has a box. This box got a little damaged in a crash. Inside that pannier is a box that looks like this, and the battery goes in the bottom half, and I put my cargo in the top half. So this is the one that has the longer bolts. Now the longer bolts have these spacers that of course I had powder coated to match everything. Like that. I have a box that I keep all the tools I need when I get a flat tire. So everything's right here. Whenever I get a flat tire, I just pull out that box and it's got the wrenches and the hex keys, and it's got needle nose pliers for messing with the wiring harness. So there's the spacers. And I always make sure to use grade 8 bolts. I learned that from when I used to work on cars. Don't use galvanized butter. And I make sure to take the time to get grade 8 washers and nuts also. So this looks like it's a 7/16 hardware, so I'll set this to Tighten. It's on Tighten. And I'm really enjoying this power lift. So I'm going to take this and I'm going to guide it through the bolts and start one nut by hand. And this was a lot of fun when I didn't have a power lift. I'm always asking myself, am I forgetting anything? The chain or the motor wiring harness. So this is going really easily with the power lift. I can lift it up to my power zone. So there I've started the nut. And here's another nut and washer. So I'll start that by hand. This bike is a 72 volt bike, and each of these Panniers has a battery box in it that holds a 36 volt batteries, and then there's a Y connector which puts them in series. Okay, so that's started by hand, and I may as well just zip that up now. There's an effort to where I go like this, because I think that makes it more aerodynamic. So when I tighten these bolts, I'm gonna like get my leg in here and try to do that. So I get less aerodynamic drag because I do go kind of fast. I average like less than 27 miles an hour average, and then I'm cruising at maybe 34. So here I'm doing a sequential tightening. And you see I'm making this effort with my leg here to push that back to improve my aerodynamic drag. So I'm really going for the push there. So now I am tightening it pretty tight. Definitely doing the sequential tightening. Still wanting to push it back. I won't be slowed down. Okie dokie. So that's good. Well, that side was kind of easy. The other side has a motor wiring harness on it.